Morning family, I trust you're good wherever you are and you're experiencing the Lord's favor in your life. Welcome to the Waterbrooks channel. Pastor Tsepo here. On behalf of my wife and the team that I work with, I'd like to thank you for getting in touch with us. So there's two ways in which you can stay connected with us. One, do not forget to click the subscribe button and then click the notification so that every time when we post, you are the very first person to be notified. And thank you once again for getting in touch with us on all the social media platforms that we are on. I thank you, family. As we are about to listen to today's message, I'd like to encourage you to open your spiritual ears. Let this be a message that transforms you. Stay blessed. Look at John chapter 10, verse 10. It reads as follows. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. This is Jesus Christ speaking and explaining his mandate, why he has come, that he has come to give us life in full. But prior to that, he explains the mandate of the thief. And I hope and I believe that we know who's the thief. He's formerly known as Lucifer, the light bearer, before he decided to revolt in heaven and he wanted to usurp the authority of God. So he mobilized 1/3 of the angels. But in the process, they got thrown out by Michael, of course. So this is the thief that Christ is speaking about, that he has come to kill, to destroy, and steal from us. So as I was studying that, I started asking myself, how does he do it? So allow me this morning to share, I think, 4 of his tactics, the thief that he applies or deploys on us, family. So once we know his tactics, then we can be able to withstand them and we are able to progress in the kingdom. So the first one on the table that we are going to look at is doubt. So that's one of the first tactic that Satan deploys on us. So what happens with doubt? So he introduces doubt in us so that we question the word of God and we start questioning God instead of believing in the word of God. So when you look at James 1 verse 5, James 1 verse 5 to 8, let's read it family. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of sea blown and tossed by the wind. So here's what I want to highlight. Faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. So does doubt, family. So whatever you listen to, whatever you meditate on, if it introduces doubt, and that is doubting the word of God, then we need to look at that. Because once you start hearing things that are not building our faith, but introduces the element of doubting, the word of God tells us that we are like a double-minded man. So the element of doubt operates in the mind. Remember, we once divided the man, that man is spirit, soul, and a body, and the soul consists of emotion, mind, and will. So that doubt happens in the mind. So the second thing that, the second strategy that the devil deploys on us is discouragement. He makes us look at ourselves. He makes you, or me and you, look at the problem rather than looking at God himself. So this would be the discouragement that the devil deploys on us. So if I were to give an example, I think I was doing my 3rd year cellular pathology. They introduced us to cancers. So this beauty sport. I've got a beauty sport somewhere here. So now it's a concentration of melanocytes, melanin. So now in 3rd year, they were telling us about benign and malignant cancer. So beauty sport, they may start off as being benign, that is not cancerous or not harmful. But if they are not monitored or they are exposed to radiation or whatever factors, they may become malignant and they start causing cancer that kills. So after that class, when we were told about these beauty sports, the concentration of melanocytes, I started focusing on the problem so much that it was not healthy. So as I was studying this, I started thinking along those lines that could it be this is the strategy that the devil does? He discourages us by making us focus on the problem, our problem that we may have, that you even forget about the supremacy of God over all those problems. If you focus on God, your problem becomes so small because He is omnipotent, all powerful. So that's the second strategy that the devil deploys. The third one, I would say, diversion. This is where he makes me and you focus on the wrong things and makes them look attractive. What do I mean? Outside the Ten Commandments, because we know the Ten Commandments, it's like the standard of what is wrong and what is right. Thou shalt not kill. We know that killing is wrong. Thou shalt not steal. We know that is wrong. So now, outside those 10 commandments, I would say use your discretion, because what might be wrong for me, for you, might be right. What do I mean? So you may be in the entertainment industry, art and culture, that for you, watching movies and those entertainment shows for hours and hours is research for you. Whereas for me, when I sit and watch those movies, I binge watch a series the entire weekend, I'm just wasting time. I'm not researching anything. So can you see that I'll be focusing, what's this diversion? I'll be focusing my attention and my energy and my resources on watching those series, the movies, or whatever that may steal my time, sort of doing the things of the kingdom. So that's the other tactic that the devil has deployed. Case in point, we need to know that when the devil, before he was known as the devil, he was Lucifer. He was in charge of art and culture in heaven. This is the music space, where now he was responsible for, yes, the culture of heaven per se. So now, who's to say that he's not influencing the culture here on earth through this entertainment industries? Because once you capture the culture of a people, you've got, you have control over them. Now, as we continue, the fourth one is defeat. He makes you and me feel like failures, so that you don't even entertain the thought of trying. So once you see yourself as a failure, you won't even bother to try. That is the other tactic that the devil uses. That, as I was thinking about that, in most cases when we see in images, if I were to put it that way. So if I were to say to you bread, do you see B-R-E-A-D, or do you see bread, the bread in your mind? Or when I say banana, the fruit banana, do you see the fruit banana, or do you see the alphabets B-A-N-A-N-A? So in most cases, most of us, we see in images. So now, the image you have of yourself, the devil plays a very, very, very dangerous game, the dirty game. What the image that you see of yourself, you tend to project to the world. And as a man thinker, as you see yourself, so you shall be. So he makes us see ourselves as failures. So once you see yourself as a failure, then he has won the game. So I humbly propose to you that let us get in the habit of changing the way we see ourselves. Now, the last one, the last tactic, may not be the last one, but from the list that I have, he makes you delay. This is procrastination. So now, one of his major, if I had to put it that way, is to encourage you to procrastinate instead of being busy with the Lord's work or doing whatever you have to do. So that assignment that the Lord has laid in your heart, the ability to use your talents or the skill that you have, that the Lord has entrusted you with, and you are busy procrastinating that you will do it in a year's time, 2 years' time, 3 years' time, then you find out that 10 years has passed and you have not done anything with the time that the Lord has given you. These are the tactics that the usurper, the devil, applies on us. So I wanted to encourage you with that, family, that let us be wary of the tactics of the devil, so that we are able to evade them, and then we are able to progress in the kingdom things. Stay blessed.